Hi, my name is Leah Katung Babatunde, and this is Top Talk. For starters, Nigeria, like many other countries around the world, is undergoing stress. And of course, we've seen protests not only in Nigeria, but in major parts of the world where seemingly one would have thought that all is well, but definitely all is not well. But looking at the Nigerian scenario, could we have done things differently? Could we have averted the protests? Could we have done things that will make Nigerians feel important without having to feel so much bite and heat, at the same time affecting them both financially, fiscally, and otherwise? I have joining me Mr. Franklyne Edede. He is a former acting PDP National Youth Leader and as well as president of all the students and youths in Nigeria. How do we put that? Africa. Nice to have you, yes. And they say you're Mr. Capacity. Why?
Yeah, I am Mr. Capacity. I could see that is what I'm nicknamed because of my activism, because of my proven records, because of my ability to always deliver, not giving excuses in every regard, It's just by the grace of God that I am called Capacity and I do all I've been able to be doing.
Fantastic. Your party, are you still in PDP, by the way?
I think PDP is the only political party in this country that is not owned by anyone, or that cannot be laid claim upon that is being controlled by anyone. So it's a party of the survival of the fittest. That's what I feel. If you have capacity, if you're strong, you could have your way, not being determined or being tailored towards one particular person like we could see in some of the political parties, including APC.
But there are allegations, or rather accusations against your party that you're not playing the role of opposition. Yeah, a major opposition party.
Yeah, you see, oppositions strive in a very level playing field. APC, as it is constituted today, is a political party that could do anything to, to snip life out of any opposing political party. So, but we'll give it to PDP. Recall how PDP lost election in 2015. So I think what is happening now is just divine. It's just an act of God, because assuming APC Buhari was not announced the winner of that election, probably there wouldn't have been a country today we call our own. So all of us are happy that what is happening is happening. So let Nigerians have a bit of the bite. I think this is like I said on one program, this is a tip of an iceberg to what Nigerians will continue to see. We said it the other time. Watch my last kit. I just was vehement on the issue. The issue of opposition political parties in Nigeria is not anybody would hinge on PDP alone, because when people are hungry, their first target, their first resolve, their first determination, their first interest will be to eat food first of all. So the APC have just succeeded in, weaponizing poverty to be able to checkmate the opposition political parties, and that is what is happening. Except you are a senator from the opposition political party, you are the governor or anything, you could just stand up to talk. But apart from people like us who would even talk in terms of even on the hardest platform. So PDP, give it to PDP. PDP is doing its best, but for me, I don't think it is what Nigerians would wish to see from a party like PDP. But what can we say? The national chairman is doing his best. I think in the person of Ambassador Leah. It is a political party that the governors have decided not to be funding the party. The leaders of those who have benefited from the party have jettisoned the party. So they are probably APC in the night, PDP in the daytime. So you will not see them say anything hurting to the ruling All Progressives Congress. So that is the problem. The leadership of the party is doing their best, but I don't think their best is good enough for to be likened to the expectations of Nigerians.
So when you say that you're happy it is happening this way, it's leaving me to wonder if your party and the members are not feeling what everyone else is feeling.
Yeah, like in my place, if you do as if I am too hungry, if you make me feel coming to you is just because I'm hungry, I could pretend to have eaten so much. In this scenario, Nigerians, recall what happened in 2014, 2015, when APC, when they were ganging up, when they were, assembling, when they were, converging, they were, making every effort to oust the PDP from power. So their sole aim then was to grab power and to begin to impoverish Nigerians. And that is what is happening now. And some of us then stood up. We went around this country. We told them that these people cannot be trusted. This group of people don't know what it takes to lead, to organize a society and be firm on the leadership of a country like Nigeria. So that is what you see. So we have no regrets that they came, because assuming Jonathan was not whom he was, maybe he had tried to hold on to power. Probably the Almajiris, the Talakawas, all those people that were bought knives and guns and other weapons for, would have unleashed all that on innocent and unsuspecting Nigerians. So thank God there was a Jonathan. Some of us did our best to make sure that PDP continued being in power. And having achieved that, a bag of rice then was 8,000 naira, 8,500 naira. I could remember buying my kids' milk then was 200, 300 naira, highest 500 naira. But that thing of milk now is 4,000 naira. Then you talk a basket of tomatoes then was, we were buying it at 800 naira, people were complaining. We were saying but 600, 700 naira. Today, basket of tomatoes is almost 20,000 naira. I don't know, and people are not protesting. This is not supposed to be the level of protest Nigerians would have witnessed, because at that time, remember Jonathan tried to remove subsidy. He just increased fuel from 86 or 87 naira to 100 and something naira, not being too exact. Now, the same Bola Tinubu were the people who converged on one park in Lagos with Femi Falana, Ganifa, Wole Soyinka, a lot of them, Pastor Bakari, all of them, they gathered. They said, no, even Father Mbaka, that is calling himself a priest, Father Mbaka called Jonathan, good luck Jonathan, bad luck Jonathan. I wonder where such people are today, that Nigerians can barely feed. No, any Nigerian that can afford 3 meals. There is no square meal in this country anymore. If you can afford 3 meals a day, no matter how, as long as something enters the stomach of your children or yourself, you should be very, very thankful to God. And nobody is saying anything. So that's why we say it is fine. I had my press this in the other day. I just told them, I said, APC is not a political party. The worst of APC has not even come.
How do you mean?
You check the trajectory of the leadership of APC. We had Buhari. People were thinking that, if Buhari leaves, anytime Buhari will leave, that probably Nigeria will start getting better. And we foresaw it. We were telling them that there is nothing good. We even said we opted for Atiku or P2B. We were not talking about political party at that time. We said, give us, they said this person is a criminal. There is nobody, there is no how Atiku would have been more criminally minded than anybody in APC. We know everybody is a criminal as those at that top echelon, but there are some manageable, there are some, there are some lesser criminals that you could use that word. Sorry to use that word.
So you wanted us to go for the lesser evil.
Yeah, the lesser evil. So the point I am making here is that some of us are happy because those who never supported APC from the onset can never have any reason to suffer. You could look at us, we shine, we are fine, we are not protesting. Let those who brought those people come to protest. Like I am from the southeast of this country, southeastern part of this country. I made the broadcast. I asked my people, like every other person could say. Some people did it politically, attaching it to not to protest. But some of us, we have been on this trajectory of these people will not do anything better than what have been done in the past. So we said, don't protest. Let those people who were gathering their weapons to kill people over presidency from the south or from north that we preferred. Let them now come and chase this man, because we said it. So a dollar now, when even Buhari was leaving a dollar at 100 and at 500 naira, 500 something naira per dollar, 560 per dollar. Now you can imagine 1,600 and something per dollar. And are you having any perception of, having a relief any day? It will only take God's intervention if God would remember, if God still remembers we exist here. It will only take God's intervention to come upon this country to salvage the mess that APC had caused this country. So for us, for me, and for those who think the way I do, for some patriotic Nigerians, for us who knew that what is the calamity that befell us in 2015 was not going to anywhere, was not something that the end in sight will be seen as easy anybody would think. That is what is happening. I can remember my leader, Buba Galadima, His Excellency Engineer Buba Galadima, he said it. When he was asked on the sister television, he said, let Nigerians suffer. The suffer has not come. So that in 2027,
people are really happy that Nigerians are
suffering. What can we say? Because if you in 2027, like look at what happened in 2019, I ran for House of Reps. 2023, I ran for House of Reps, and the bad side of it is that everybody would say it is you, and the community, everybody will say they will come and within 24 hours to announcement of election results. Sorry, they will tag a price to your victory. And when you're not able to pay that, you see another person being announced as the winner of the election.
Who tags the price?
Human people who decide the fate. And when you say, they will tell you, look at how much you pay. I was asked to pay 100 million naira before I will be announced the winner. So we need a total overhaul of the system. So the problem of this APC, PDP, what have you, is our electoral process.
I was going to say that it means it's not just about one party.
No, it's not about one party. Even in my party, there is congresses going on now. Some of us don't know what is happening. I don't know if you understand. We don't know. And if you talk, they will tag you stubborn person. They will say this person is not. So what you do is that you keep praying to God until the day God will remember you and say, come. So if you've been destined to affect that positive change you've been clamoring for, that is when you will come up and look this side and the other side and say, hey, the time has come. So when they see people like us try to say we want to come here, they gang up against us because they know that God wants to use us for something more positive than what they think they are doing. So like as long as somebody like Mahmoud or what they call him is still there, as long as our electoral process is still what it is, we will continue to chunk out, so permit me to use this word. We'll continue to dole out criminals to be ruling us. Because I can't imagine a situation where you woke up in the morning, you are to be sworn in as the president of the country. You are being called at Eagle Square. You've just spent barely 20 seconds after you're being sworn in. You will just there and then and say, Shop Shidi is gone. I mean, it takes a mad person to do that.
We're on TV. What we say?
No, I said I didn't call anybody any mad person. I said it will take somebody who is insane to do that. There were no consultations. So which means you have been part of the previous government and you never made us to know. Now, what would have been expected of a real leader? Even though you have conceived, even though that is in part of your agenda, part of your program, you want to remove subsidy, you first of all, you look at the merit and demerit. You look at how much is going to affect the people, both positively and negatively. What you need to do is that you begin to work towards cushioning the effect of its negativity or the negative impact on the people.
But the budget last year, we were informed that subsidy was going to end in June. They made provisions, it was going to end in June. That is one. And then secondly, the government of President Buhari already had made commitments, had taken loans from the World Bank, to be specific, that they were going to
everywhere,
use it
not only
to cushion effect.
It was remaining for him to take loan from his village. What I'm saying is that if this current president knew what was going on in the previous administration That was why he comfortably told Nigerians that he was going to continue from where Buhari was going to stop.
But it's a political language. Most of you
No.
guys
You see,
say
that is the problem. That is the problem we have. You make statements, you lie to people, you say it's a political statement. And I refuse saying that. I refuse adapting that. If say what you say, there is always another place after here. Even though it's not heaven, even though we don't know, but I am meant to understand that this is a planet. Even though you go to Jupiter, it's not the same place like here. But what I'm saying is that you owe karma an explanation in everything you do. Now, even though you are not going to pay, your children definitely must pay. Most of the things, most of the social benefits, most of the good names I enjoy today when I go home, just because of my dad. If my dad was into anything, maybe somebody, you will see people's children, you will not help them. You will see only thing later could help. You will not do. So many of them he helped, and they still tell me today. So whatever you sow, you reap. You told this person there is something they call ways and means of raising money. These are unconstitutional ways of sourcing for funds. These are unconstitutional ways. These are unconventional ways of. Nigeria is so rich that as a president, after being sworn in, you could call all the economic, you could form immediate economic team. Please, today, right here, I have set up economic team. I have met Tony Elumelu, Adenuga, or Dangote, or any other person, chairman. Please see me in my office immediately. I mean, that is how a human being would act. Then knowing that you've conceived that within you, you knew where you were going. But just to formalize and make it look formal, let Nigerians know that you are a leader. It's okay. I know that subsidy is not here. Can we mop up 1 trillion anywhere today? You become a very substantial collateral as a president of Nigeria. Any bank anywhere could give you money from the bank. You will just let Nigerians let Nigerians enjoy for a second. Now, when you do that, let's assume there was no subsidy, it was not encapsulated in the budget of 2023 or what they said Buhari did and what he didn't do. The point is that Nigerians were already suffering. Nigerians were praying for Buhari to go. Madam, you could not have seen how Nigerians were suffering. This one now, why Nigerians are surviving this, and just that if an average Nigerian can survive in hell. I swear. Because this is the worst place anybody could be in everything, in every planet, anywhere God created in this world. Nigeria is the worst place anybody could. So surviving in Nigeria means that you don't hope to go to anywhere. I don't believe there's any other place. What is hellfire to this place? In fact, hellfire should be a place of resting place for anybody from Nigeria.
Well, let me hold you on the hellfire because we'll need to go on a break and we'll be back shortly. Stay with us. All right, welcome back from that break, and I've been speaking with Mr. Franklyne Edede. I will not call his middle name so that I don't murder it. And he was talking about Nigeria being a hell of a place, but I would not agree that Nigeria is a hell of a place. We would not agree to that because basically your party, the PDP, cannot exonerate itself from the mess we're in.
Honestly,
there are allegations against your party
let me take you
for allowing people who we all could see and know that they were pilfering the nation's resources and they have actually walked free.
No, if you say that, I could just try to argue because all the anti-graft agencies you see today or you hear were being set up by PDP administration. Everything that you see that is working today in Nigeria, apart from the ones that were institutionalized by the military, were done by PDP. So I don't know. Let APC point at what they have been able to put in place since 9 years they have been in power. But that is not the issue. The issue is that PDP may have its own flaws, but PDP was on a journey to rearranging, revitalizing, and regrowing the Nigerian economy. The Nigerian economy was doing far better from Obasanjo, Yaradua, and Jonathan. Both foreign reserves, every segment you could look at it. Check what the infrastructure in this country. Then you could begin to thank Obasanjo, begin to thank Yar'Adua, begin to thank Goodluck Jonathan. So the point we are making here is that now APC since now, look at our debt profile. External debt is hitting 400 trillion. If I'm not mistaken, it's going. If nothing is done, I mean, this country is even collapsed. Not this country is going to collapse, because when you say, I don't know what else that could be likened to hellfire, if not what is happening in this country. I don't know. I really don't know. You just wake up in the morning, insecurity everywhere. They killed 200, they killed 300. The people died while protesting, while carrying out their civic responsibility of gathering and are protesting against what they feel is not happening, being done well in the country. The president addressing the people did not even regard the souls of those who have, just merely saying they commiserate with the families and all that. But if those people had died in America, he would have sent his regrets. He would have probably made phone calls. He would have, then if other people that, no soul of Nigerian is what's being spewed on the grounds of this country over any reason, for any reason. So the insecurity you see today, that's why when the President Bola Tinubu was campaigning, he said he was going to end insecurity. Insecurity will be a thing of the past. December last year, I don't know how many people that were killed. I can't recall how many people. There was a community or local government in Plateau that more than 100 people were massacred. I couldn't watch television. I could not. I'm just talking of these are things that happen on daily basis. So if anybody is saying PDP didn't do this, okay, administration, leadership, and governance is a continuum. You discovered that PDP was not doing well. 2014. That was on the basis for which your campaign thrived. You were saying Bola Tinubu was going to come like a messiah. APC was coming to retrieve Nigeria. That this PDP used $16 billion. No, they didn't fix electricity. PDP shared arms money from former NSA. PDP did all that. Fine. Let us assume PDP did all that. You were coming to salvage the system. What have you been able to do? Can anybody beat his or her chest and tell me that APC had done even close to better things PDP government administrations did? No. So if you were chasing an armed robber, your aim should be to sneak life out of the armed robber and not to rob what the armed robber has already stolen. So the situation we find ourselves in this country today is a situation where it's APC deceived Nigerians that they were coming to make lives better for them, only for them to have plunged Nigeria into an irredeemable economic crisis that will take Nigeria more than 100 years to get out of. So I get so sick when I see people compare PDP to APC. They are too incomparable. They are two parallel lines that can never meet. You and I, you are in this country. What was flight from Abuja to my state, Imo, when Jonathan was president? Barely 30,000 naira. We were happy flying every time as young people, as guys. Today, just come and think of traveling. You will know how much flight, first of all, before you are able to book flight. Then you'll take your boat or Uber or let your driver drop you at airport. Then you get to the next your arrival at this airport. Then you take from there. Then you coming back. Then you would have spent more than 1 million naira on a journey. So I don't know what anybody is saying. What is a bag of rice now? I've just said it earlier. The APC is just a demonic gathering of people. I owe nobody any explanation. I'm not obliged to anyone. The truth is that Nigerians are suffering. Look at Nigerians. For Nigerians to have trooped out en masse like this, do you know who Nigerians are? Nigerians are people that don't care. Nigerians are people that just what they need from you is that any small space. Let them just eat whatever you like. But for Nigerians to have decided to, against all odds, against the killings, against everything, they want to come out and say no. It has crossed here.
But we're seeing a dimension that has become very worrisome. We've seen Nigerians troop out, burn the national flag, and raise the Russian flag. Is that not a worrisome circumstance to you?
Madam, I don't think there's anything that will be as worrisome as somebody not having faith, not having food. not knowing where to see food to eat next minute. And those things I don't. If you allow me, sorry to say that they said the worst of military, the worst of civil rule or democratic rule is not can be equated to the best of military rule. Not that is arrant nonsense.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, because if the military, they check the era, the people will say Abacha did this, Abacha. Check the whole infrastructure Abacha put in place. If Abacha had looted everything in this country and had given us all those things, those people that we don't know where the ones they have looted are, what have they given us? You just come, you put a supplementary budget of 7 trillion again, after 21 trillion, or after 27 trillion, thereabout. Where are this money? You increase, you remove subsidy, so to say you remove subsidy, which we know subsidy regime is still on. Why we impoverish Nigerians? Why stress Nigerians? Why want to kill Nigerians? Now, you remove subsidy. You said you save trillions of naira in every quarter. Where are those monies? You promised Nigerians that these were things you would have done. The CNG vehicles, what have you, you are going to bring buses to cushion the effect of this, you're going to do all that. Since Mr. President made those promises, since he said that, even after they were all late to have been said, what has he done? Have you seen any of those buses on the road? Tell me.
I've seen some states come with buses.
Some states come with what?
With the buses. At least we've seen Niger State. FCT says there are some buses.
Okay, FCT said there are some buses. Have you boarded the buses?
I wouldn't know since I don't enter buses.
So have you? Tell me any of your relations, any of your relatives that have boarded those buses. So that is, let's not be living in illusion or speculation or trying to advance their lives and all that. The truth is that if I am president of this country, I swear God will punish me to make Nigerians feel the way they are feeling. You need to know, you park your car, you want to come out, you'll be afraid to come out from your car because 3 people are already waiting for you to mob you for food to eat. You just look, you check school fees. School fees now, the kids just finished school. They just closed their various schools. The schools private schools have sent, increased fares. The school bus they said the shuttle used to be 150,000 naira. Now they have increased to 170,000 naira per person. Now school fees now from 250 is now almost 350,000 naira. Tell me, if you are not a criminal, how would you just and in such a very excruciating situation like this? And the government is not doing anything about public schools. You see them buying private jets, see them using 21 billion to build a vice presidential personal apartment. You see them using 160 million to buy SUVs for lawmakers, and you cannot. You're budgeting 50 billion for youth students loan. There is no health care. There is no health care facility anywhere. I mean, this is not a country. There is no country. I no wonder Chinua Achebe said that indeed there was a country. There is no place in the world that could be like Nigeria. We are the richest country in the world.
I'm happy you made reference to buying of vehicles to National Assembly members. And your party has members there too, and we didn't see them reject the vehicles, for instance. Neither did we see or hear that members of the National Assembly who have a large percentage of them from your party, we didn't see or hear them come out to say, oh, we should have done things this way, or we should have done things that way. It was always about the A's. They have always had their way. Should we now say that the political class, including your party, is still responsible for what is going on? No. I'm saying this thing because look at the president. Let's be fair to him to a large extent. If he says, let's do things this way, or let's do things that way, and those who take the instructions refuse to do what he said, shouldn't we also hold them responsible?
Let me first of all, the PDP you referenced that never did anything when they were sharing the SUVs. Recall that Senator Abdul Ningi tried to do...
He's not a member of the PDP.
Yes, Senator Abdul Ningi is an active member of PDP. Senator Abdul Ningi. He just faced all the bullets. He took them alone by himself. So if we were in a society where somebody is driving at your intent, what do? You troop out and give the person solidarity. That is how serious countries work. So the man saw that he was alone. So he was called back to come and resume office because if as the more he stayed away, the more nobody was just even referencing him in anything. So if you are not trying to shed or trying to block anybody from taking blame from anything, but the point I'm making is that the whole buck, like the president has realized, the buck stops at his table. If Mr. President says nobody does it. You know how many? Do you know the president of Nigeria is the strongest president in the world? There is nobody. You look at the other day, the Senate, and they say, on your mandate we shall start. It doesn't happen anywhere. It cannot happen anywhere. A president will enter their National Assembly, they will begin to sing, on your mandate we shall start. No. That is allegiance to National Assembly has already said we are there, whatever you want us to do. A certain Senate president said it here during the last administration, that whatever President Buhari brought will bring, or whatever what's in his interest was going to be, that they were ready to concur.
No checks and balances. No checks and balances.
So you don't say who is in this country that will question President Bola Tinubu in this administration. He brought executive national anthem. They didn't waste up to 1 second. In fact, they approved. They gave their nod. Why the executive bill had not even reached National Assembly. So tell me, what is it that they have brought? Tinubu would want to do, and Akpabio will not immediately say we have done it. Mr. President, just don't worry, don't bring. If not that, if they don't see, Nigerians don't see them debate or legislate on that, Nigerians will begin to say there is a National Assembly. That's why you see them sit there to even talk about anything that has to do with Mr. President. The point we're making is that PDP may have its own woes, its own, setbacks and weak points and what have you. But the essence of taking over from not doing well administration is to better the lot of the society. Is it not true? So,
I don't know.
So madam, you should know, I am a journalist too, but the point is that why we are where we are is that some people professionally will say, do you know, during my student union days, I went to a church to campaign when I was running for student union election. The church, a certain group of people in the church said, no, don't come and politicize church. But today, the church have realized that every government policy, no matter what you want to be, no matter the segment of life, it revolves around government policies. And what the government policy tells is that you must be part of who becomes the leader of the political atmosphere to be able to regulate the policy that will affect you. So, if the APC had taken power, they told us here that Bola Tinubu, they are very rich. Where is the richness? Where is the wealth? When you have increased everything and Nigerians are crying, subsidy, if you are a father, this subsidy, what you would have used to calm the nerves of majority of Nigerians would have been to say, okay, subsidy removal, we will look at it. Between now and 1 month, we will see if we are going to revert, if we are going to continue or revert to the status quo. Nigerians will come down. Then you could now say, call me so people, governors bring or just independently select those you want to discuss the issues. He never did that. And you want Nigerians to be happy. Do you know how many people that die every day? Because we hear Chief Iwanyama is dead, Ifeanyi Ubah is dead, Onyeka is dead, because these were pronounced. You know people who die in secret, who die in their bed every day, in thousands in this country, as a result of not having anything to eat, as a result of not having any access to medical facility, as a result of not living in a very comfortable and serene environment. Come on, this country is something else. That if you want to know, there are people that don't talk to us again because they feel how we used to do before, whatever we have, we'll give. Now you don't have. The burden on your shoulders are too large and too heavy that you cannot even look back and say, take 1 naira. They think you're very wicked.
So you agree with me that it's also affecting you?
No, it's affecting me. I never said no. But because we are not part of the gang up, because you said it here, I think we can pretend to be fine. I said it here. I said, if you say, if you make me want to feel I am too hungry, I will pretend as if I've eaten so much. So I said it earlier, and the point is that this country, nothing is working. And I can comfortably tell you that the military is better in this country.
No, absolutely not. No wonder.
No, I just don't want, I don't want you to believe, I don't want you to forget it. Looking at you, you are very comfortable where you're coming from. You may not want anything to truncate this. But people like us who have been in the trenches, who have been in the creek, who have been in the street, on the street, who have always been protesting. Some of us who spent 11 months in detention fighting for people while in your school, we were rusticated. By the grace of God, we are able to go for our youth service. We know what it feels to be hungry.
But we've seen student unionism in recent time turn to practically a political arm of any government in power.
Yes, because I said it here, they have weaponized hunger. The government has found out that when you are hungry, anybody coming to you will first of all want to eat.
But for students, are we going to say it's hunger?
Are students not human beings?
Are students not in that institution where you expect them to reason differently?
What is there any environment called institution that they can even reason? How much more reasoning very well? Tell me the institution. There is no institution. Have you left the shores of this country and tell yourself the truth, what an institution should look like? You put somebody in a kitchen where there is smoke and everything, and the heat is too much, and you want the person to reason. Do you have any institution in this country that anybody could be inside any classroom and reason like a human being? It's not possible. All of us went through the university environment. We passed through the 4 walls of university. We know. We only survived. We only did not take to crime because we had agenda of where we are going. Because for me, I can't imagine myself. I am destined to be one of the leaders of this country. Then I'll go to indulge in any armed robbery, kidnapping, and all that. So it's a personal thing that we discover that no, we are being molded to be these people in the society. You caution yourself, you advise yourself. I say there will be no point seeing me on television being accused of raping a woman or being accused of stealing or robbery or any form of social vice. So you find that there are people who don't have such mentality. You see them being given to the fabrics of crime and all that. So for me, most times I don't blame young people who take to crime. I don't blame them most times.
Really?
There is no, in as much as there is no excuse for that. But you, in an environment where your parents, you get to university, your parents you come home, your parents will not have one another to give you to go back to school. The economic environment is so harsh that even your father that is a civil servant has not been paid. The money that is being paid cannot even afford the food in the house. You're already in university. And you get to the university, they will task the task alone. Indirect task alone. The lecturers will tell you, you buy the handout. The lecturers will tell you textbook. The lecturers will tell you something. You will be the most intelligent person. You will write everything you write. A lecturer will, a PA to a lecturer will call you, say, nah, this thing, or you just go and look for money. What would you do? And if you don't do it, you remain in school.
Some of us actually remained in school for that.
That is what I'm, and especially.
And did not compromise and left and still ended up being good citizens. That
is what I've just told you, that some of us suffered the same fate. Mm-hmm. I was in the university, Imo State University, I was fighting against school fees increment, and the governor, a lot of them said, you must do it. Because I said no, they framed some of us up and threw us into detention. Because some of us, civil liberty organizations, a lot of civil society organizations came to my aid, a few of us. They said, don't sign that document. We didn't sign. Some of them signed, went out and met their Waterloo. But the truth is that we were shown, if not that, we have focus, we have vision. Some of us, I spent 11 months in detention. You could know what that, my mom, everybody was coming, saying, do and get out of here. The civil society organization said, don't. We're behind you. To the glory of God, some of us were discharged and acquitted, and we were able to serve. I served in KB, I served in Bunza local government, and I'm so proud that against all odds, the governor that today is my best friend, because all the late Chief Emmanuel Iwanyo, my leader, was among those then when the former governor called me, said, take this money and stop writing against me. And I said, no, if it is to continue to write, to change the perception, to make government what I will continue.
Isn't that what you should advocate that a lot of people should do?
Yeah, I went.
But it's because
even when the former governor sent assassins to me, I had my intestines in my palms. I refused the offer. If I open my stomach, I said I was in the hospital for more than 3 months. May his soul rest in peace, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyan. And he can tell about the issue is that when it's about your calling, it's about who you are, it's about your determination, it's about what you want to be, it's about who you want to be, it's about those you're following, it's about those who want to be like you. So if not everybody will be able to do what what I can do. So I am a different species of human being, and you are a different person.
We should have more people like you so that the system can work better.
That is what I'm saying. How do you now? Some of them, like you said, the students are. Some of them, you talk to them and say, "Don't go and do this," and they say, "Leader, I beg your time. Now money no day. We need to do this one. This one. We want to." The non-president went to Bola Tinubu and said, "On your mandate, we shall." But when on a very good day in Port Harcourt, we told Peter Odili, "You were not going to go anywhere." We blocked Juba. We blocked everywhere. Peter Odili had to make us that they say in that convention we're going to hold, and we held our convention. It's not really. We are still doing that now. If some of us, I was running an election in this country, a certain former governor called me and said, "Take this money. This money. Sign this form. If you are running this election, we'll give you 50 million naira and you belong to this society." Because I didn't sign that, I didn't win the election. And I said, if God lives, there is anything I can't get from him with my knees on the ground. They don't exist and I don't need them. But how long shall you wait? We have waited and we've been on God. We have just told God, say, "God, are you not alive?" So you see people who are into one or two things flourish. You see them, you run election because you don't have that billions to throw. You don't have that money. You see people who are into one or two nonsense, because there are many in the society. Those people will fund this thing because they think you will see how you don't want to come here. That is the society we are in. It is not founded by us. And as long as we believe that, I promise God that as long as I have decided that I wouldn't do anything to hurt humanity, I will never. And except there is no God, evil will continue to thrive.
So I'm going to call a break now. That's because I will need you to take a breather, and then we'll take the last leg, which is the way out. Join us. Nice to have you join us on the program, to remain with us, rather. And I've been speaking with Mr. Franklyne, and we're going to continue in a bit. Particularly now, we're looking at the solutions to these issues. Because whether you like it or not, you guys were part of the problems, so you have to be part of the solutions. Why is your party not cooperating with President Tinubu to find a lasting solution?
Why would is President Biden cooperating with Donald Trump in America, or is Donald Trump working with Biden in America? The essence of political party, the essence of formation of political party, is to grab power, is to be in charge of the economic and socio-political administration and leadership of every society you find yourself. So, if these people, why didn't APC collaborate with PDP to move Nigeria forward, since they knew they had all to have taken to move the country forward? They did not. They only ganged up, with only intent of, coming to rip off Nigerians. So I don't think it is necessary. If PDP could only strategize to oust APC and be able to bring to bear their programs and policies that are more of people-oriented than this, anguish, this poverty these people have come with. So I don't think there is any. It amounts to antipathy if anybody from this place is seen the hobnobbing or probably prognosing into the administration of another political party. For me, I don't think it is what it. That is not what political party formation entails.
But then you made some observations earlier, which was bordering on how you contested and you got kicked out. And I'm wondering now, really, if you guys cannot be part of the solution. Why am I asking this question? You may wish to ask that to ask me, and that is because clearly, Nigerians need to own the system that runs them, not leave into the hands of few individuals. We have tried it and it is not working. It has not worked.
Yeah, it will not work and it will never work until we sanitize the electoral process, electoral system in this country.
Good. So we are on the same page.
Yeah, and you cannot assume or expect somebody who has benefited from the fraud to sanitize the same fraud. It would have taken only, may he so rest in perfect peace, former President Umar Musa Yar'Adua, who openly, told Nigerians that the process that brought him to power was highly flawed. So if the man had lived longer, probably he would have salvaged the electoral system. So now we're here. You don't expect Ebola Tinubu to just dare that at all. So we know his person, and that was why we said any other person could go. So now he has benefited from the Mahmoud fraud. So do you expect him now, even though his tenure will soon elapse, if he's bringing another person, he's going to bring another Yoruba who probably was Lagos State Electoral Commission chairman when he was governor, because that's what's happening.
How are you sure about that?
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. The whole people have been using of those whom he worked with when he was governor of Lagos State. Check your record. Check your record. The central bank governor. Check EFC. All of them.
Maybe it's a matter of trust.
So so there is nobody, since you've been moving around, there is no other person you trust to hold or except those your crannies. It's not. These are not done like that. As I am now, I have friends across the 36 states and FCT in this country. There is no state I will want somebody that I know. I will not say, get me this person. That is what my traverse in the students and the youth, politics and awareness in this country has just benefited me. And the point is that if you have played in national politics, there is no point. You could have your cronies, you could have your stooges, you could have anybody around. Let them be flocking around you. But use those who are meant to do the job. Let the job be done properly. That is the problem we have. So even though Mahmoud, the next person is going to bring, he will call me. He's going to bring a Yoruba person who served with him as either Lagos State Independent Electoral Commissioner.
What if he doesn't bring a Yoruba person? Will you be amazed?
No, you can focus Bola Tinubu tomorrow with what we have today. For us in the southeast, we are not bothered though. Let him, anybody, we are not, they don't give us, roll your thing, do your thing. For us, we don't give a damn. But the only thing is that you don't come and tell us what we need to do, because we don't want to know. We are okay. So why some of us talk about that, because we're still using the green passport. We're still using, green and white, green flag. We're still singing national anthem. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything. We are not seen to be any group that could have anything to offer. But be that as it may, having digressed a little, the PDP, the solution, I have told you, the solution should be, one, to overhaul the electoral system of this country. If you leave it like that, Nigeria will keep crying every day, because the process will throw up money bags. The process will throw up those who have stolen the money, who have caused Nigeria the pains we are passing through today. The people will come, give you money. Like the other day, Mr. President told the traditional rulers that he bought his position with his money. Such things are not said in any sane climb. So, and nobody can say anything, because they actually... I
don't think he used the word bought.
Yeah, whichever way I put it, I'm amplifying it. So the traditional rulers cannot tell him, Mr. President, it's not true. Because they collected their own share of the cake.
Are you sure about that?
I wasn't the one that said it. So this was somebody during the election in 2014 or thereabout. We saw bullion van in his compound. It was everywhere. What would a bullion van be doing in the compound of a private individual? Are you a corporate organization? And the same person is president today, and you want things to change, and you want the money that is being announced to bring out for you and I to share or to benefit from. They are amassing the money. They are just stockpiling the money for 2027. And you and I will still come because they have weaponized poverty. There is no food. There is hunger in the land. They can give you 50, 100,000 naira as a voter. You will collect 100,000 naira and they will give it to you. There, nothing will happen. And you will even look at your parents and say, Mommy, please, I want to vote here. Let me take this money. Your parents will give you go ahead because they need to survive. And that is the mentality of an average Nigerian. So for us, if you like, share 1 billion. What we believe in is what we believe in. So how do we raise those people? When we want to partner with media houses, say, let us begin to raise awareness on why young people, why Nigerians should not look at money. Look at now, it's not barely 1 year in office. Nigerians are groaning, Nigerians are crying. But we told them in 2023 that don't do that. I ran an election, somebody from my federal constituency that had never moved motion in his life on the floor of the National House of Reps. Till today was announced. So he brought out money, gave INEC, gave all those people, those people, they just, what do? They just, they mutilated the result and announced him. When you want to go to court, you file case, a lawyer will tell you, pay this money. You go to court, filing a case, you will pay filing fee. You go to court, the lawyer will be taking adjournment every week. They will tell you to bring this amount of money. Judges will do. This person that is already there will go and bring 500 million naira from anywhere and give to somebody. They will even tell you this case, are you sure you can continue? Our judicial system is another demonic side of the society.
Are you speaking out of experience?
Yes. To the extent they can go and call your lawyer. My lawyer at the time, in 2019, I ran primaries under PDP. I was supposed to be, the then National Organizing Secretary, Colonel Akobundu, told me that I was the most popular PDP House of Reps aspirant in the whole Nigeria. The former governor of my state, Franklyne Edede, had removed my name from the aspirants list. We were 11 because he was thinking, if this guy emerges candidate, he will be the House of Reps, and probably his charisma, everything will throw him up to come and be governor of the state. Imagine somebody forecasting your future without you knowing. I was not thinking in that direction. I was only coming up to see how we'll be able to salvage the society, how we'll be able to come to National Assembly and shout and tell the world why these things were not supposed to be done the way they are done. My name was removed, conspicuously put in another senatorial district, different entirely. I'm from Owerri zone. What was my name doing in Okigwe zone? And I bought my form at 1.5 million that my friends brought together. They said, come. I went and bought form. My name, I filled, they gave me receipt. I was received everything. Tell me why the mistake will be taking my name to another zone. And because of me, they didn't want our primaries to hold until the convention was going on in Port Harcourt. And when I got to the place, they thought as a student union leader, as an activist, as a popular person, that the crowd that was following me, they restricted the crowd to only one person and his campaign DG. That was because of me. I went in there only for them to bring out a list of aspirants. My name was conspicuously removed. At that time, it was only 5 hours to the expiration of the Congress. I started calling secondary, started calling Body George, started calling everybody. Everybody was in Port Harcourt. What would I do? They succeeded in edging me out, and I complained. The Franklyne Edede had called me off and threatened me. At the end of the day, he became governor, asked me out of the state. So now I said I went to PDP, I went to Wadata. Me and my lawyers, we went there. I had to go to court. I said, how could I buy form? How could I? Because I was the most popular candidate. How could I buy form? I was not allowed to run election. I could not see anybody to support me anywhere. I met a lawyer that was an activist, my friend. At that time, I was exhausted. He said I should pay 500,000 naira immediately. Why would I get somebody that just finished election? I ran to Abuja here to see my friends. Somebody, they planted somebody into my camp, and the person said he was going to give me free legal arrangement. I didn't know that guy was a mole. He just took me. The next day, the lawyer came to me and said, why don't we go and apologize to these people? I went to the other two set of lawyers. I went to Wadata. I said, Oga, they invited me. I went there. I said, how could my name be conspicuously removed from the aspirants list? They brought the list, he asked the list. A certain director in Badata was contracted to do that. And I still say it anywhere, the EME is still there. So it was Colonel Akobundu begged me, he said, I told him there and then, Emeka was governor. I said, except there is no God. Those whose hands were in my ordeal, God will pay them back. God paid them. Even when I was running for national youth leader, something, they called me, a lot of people called me. I was instrumental to retrieving the party from Alimodi Sharif. It was me that when everybody had already, Alimodi Sharif was seen like a demon. No, everybody ran away, left the party for him. It took my courage, it took my bravery to confront Alimodi Sharif, chase him out of Wadata, took over the party secretariat, handed key over to Dogbesi and then PDP BOT chairman Walid Jibril. It was celebrated. I took over and the McAfee group could come. It was me. I led it's everywhere. You could ask anybody. But when everybody said, this guy with this capacity, it was after then I was nicknamed Mr. Capacity. When the governors gathered, some people went and impersonated that they were the people that did what they did. It took the same late Dogbesi to tell them, even though we are not in the same this thing, he told them that it was Capacity that did this thing. They had to call me to thank me. And everybody now said, this guy with this capacity, this guy could chase Buhari away from power so that Nigerians can have self-relief.
But you didn't chase him away.
I thought around this country to become the national youth leader of the party. What happened? Ekweremadu, Emeke Hedo had these people, Fayose, Wike, because they didn't want me. They said, this guy is too vibrant. They ganged up against me. Where are they? The person they brought, somebody that is a new fight, somebody that was not known from Enugu State, came here, messed the system up. Till today, they still call me national youth leader. Because I was that never happened. So you see, even when I told them, I said all of them, they will never have peace. See, today, where is their peace? So if you are destined, if you are a child of grace, and what you do is that don't do anything that would anger God. We believe that someday, with the help of the media, because there is nothing anybody could do without the media in the society. So if we could just come at the advocacy like we do every day, how much would we do if you call the media for a press conference? Sometimes some of us wouldn't say anything because I know what it is. You call media houses, they come. Before you are coming, they are asking you, how much are you going to bring? If you don't say any amount that is going to scratch their ears, nobody is going to talk to you. You will be at that venue till only you will do and report and air by yourself. So that's society. So the society, the PDP can never, the country can never grow as long as we have the electoral system we have today. The judicial system is there. It's only electoral system. After they have done all the nonsense they will do, then the judicial system will affirm and Nigeria will continue to bleed.
So if you could just let me have this answer in one sentence, because I'm told we don't have any much time left. Really, how do we get Nigerians to know what to do at all times, especially with regards to elections and maybe selection?
There is no election there. You use the word selection. So we need to work in partnership with the media houses, with the media, some of them that are courageous. Because as long as the electoral system, this we are protesting, the protest should center on reformation of our electoral system. That's all. Reformation of, if men and women of proven integrity, men and women who have fear of God, who believe that this thing I'm doing, if I collect this money and pervert justice, God will punish them. They don't know that God punishes. They think it's only when they die. So you will now see that people could contest election without money. You see what will happen because of the bad electoral process. That's why when you want to run election in your village, you need to stockpile, you need to pile up millions of naira to even go to your ward to run election. Then another issue is that internal party mechanism. The party is the worst, the major problem. All the parties put together. How the process of electing flag bearers of political parties is even worse than INEC. So if like somebody that has never been a member of a political party, because I know my experience, would leveled in the party, we suffered. Somebody from Lagos that I never saw him, I never met him any day, all these years we've been in political activism and all that. Only that he just told me after this 2023 election that Do I not know that that time he was in Lagos, he was giving some people money, he was funding the party. I just like one guest house in Metama, we were together after the election. I'm talking about my House of Reps guy. Said, but I didn't see you. You have never been a party person. And he said, my Mike, I did there now. Say, he was a background party member. But we were hoping that we were the face of the party. We were doing everything. So if everybody had gone aloof, if everybody had gone to anywhere and be sending message from anywhere, who would have been the people that would make the party, as strong and very vibrant as it will be. Now you see that he will be oiling. Even a certain leader of the party told me that they were the people that brought him. So they told me after I had lost the election, and they wanted to remedy it. Now the guy had grown wings and had flown away.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Franklin, for coming on the program, and it's nice to have you share your thoughts with us.
Yeah, thank you very much. My pleasure.
Great. And so this is the much we can take on this episode of the program. Hope we made your time worth the while. Until we come your way again, same time next week. My name is Leah Babatunde, saying have a beautiful week, enjoy yourself, be safe out there, and God bless Nigeria.